Karnak Shalom. Karnak Shalom. I want to start off with giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahshua Bashem, Rakakadash. The honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Shalom to the overlap of this video will be edifying. And let's get into it. So this Job chapter 20 and verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, right? The triumphing of the triumphing of the wicked is short because they ruling right now, but they ain't gonna rule for much longer, man. You know, the wicked, they won't rule forever. As concerning the righteous, they will rule forever under Yahushai when Yahushai will make his return, man. The righteous will forever rule pretty soon. Because the Most High already gave his son Yahushai everything, right? He's being praised by the angels. He's the second in command of the whole universe, basically. And only thing is, he isn't ruling upon planet Earth right now, you know? But he will, you know? And he will forever and ever. That's why we're waiting on Yahushua to come back, you know? Scripture says, vengeance is mine, I will repay, said the Lord. You see, so we're waiting on Yahushua to bring vengeance and put punishment upon the people, man. Scripture says in Luke, bring them hither and slay them before me, those that would not make me rule over them. You see, so those that don't want Yahushua to rule, they gonna die, man. You know? Anyway, let's go back. Verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. Right, that's Esau Edom for you, man. You know, he puts his satellites up in the sky, you know, acting like he is the Most High, you know. They have that thing called God's view. You know, let me look it up real quick. Yeah, so they basically have this thing called God's view, which they show in a lot of movies, and then they look through satellites. They can see almost everything, man. You know, through satellites, through cameras on the streets, as well as satellites up in the sky. You know, they can zoom in and see a lot of things, man. So they have power on the left hand side, given by Satan, of course. Of course, the Most High Yahweh Shemashai, he gave the green light to basically allow Satan to give them that kind of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But they puffed up, basically, man. That's why the scripture says in Isaiah 14, thou hast said, I will be like the Most High. I will also sit in the mount of the congregation. You know, Esau also want to sit on that high seat that that the Most High Yahweh is sitting upon, man. You know, yet he's gonna perish like his own dung. You see, so the Most High gonna bring him low, just like the way he thinking he the shit right now. The Most High gonna bring him low. You know, so for 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds. Right, his satellites, right? Cameras, you know, they have that thing called SpaceX or something. Basically, Trump said he wanted to put millions of dollars into a new space force, you know, to fight to basically have a military for outer space. But really, if you think about it, why would he want to have a military out of space if there's nothing out of space? If there's nothing there, then why would you want a military base to be up in the sky? Because there is something there, and they know. That's why they see through these satellites. They see the chariots, man. You know, NASA. If you look it up on YouTube, you can see an unidentified flying objects, basically moving in the skies, man. Moving in the galaxy, in the heavens, man. But Esau can do nothing about it, you know. And those are not UFOs. Those are the chariots of the Most High. Those are the chariots where the angels basically dwell in, man. They use those as vehicles, man. It's the glory of the Most High Yahweh, you know. So, verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Right? So the same way the Most High has brought him up high, right? Has built him up, because he was at one point of time, he still actually is the basis of men. You see, they have no morals. They like, they stupid, man, really, you know, because everything that they act and say that they invented, they didn't even invent it. It was Jake that invented the light bulb, the toilet, a car, made a car, the first computer and stuff like that. You know, it was all Jake doing. But obviously Esau Edom, he claims the so-called white man, he claims the profit, the glory, you know, and then says he did it, you know. But basically the same way the Most High has brought him high, you know, everyone thinking that the beauty standard is supposed to be blue eyes and blonde hair, you know, because he is at a high seat right now upon planet Earth. He is basically the head and we are the tail. But soon we are going to be the head and they're going to be the tail. So everything is going to be turned upside, well, not upside down, but everything is going to be turned downside up again, man. So basically, everything is going to be restored in order. Yasharala ruling, you know, scripture says, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, but when the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice. You see, so Esau upping the rent also every year. The house is getting older, yet you have to pay more. You know, the food, the water they're making more expensive. That you can't even, but that's Esau Edom for you. You ain't even supposed to pay rent, man. You're supposed to buy land, and that's it, man. You ain't supposed to pay rent and stuff like that. But this is what happens when the so-called white man rules. You know, they make unrighteous decrees. You know, so verse 7 again. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Right, that's how fast he's going to be gone, man. That's why the scripture says in Isaiah 14, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, roughly paraphrasing? Because the way Esau Edom, he's going to go down, people going to look at him and they're going to think like, wow, this piece of shit was basically causing us hell. This low life, you know, that's not even worth to waste breath upon. You know? Yeah, man, but hey, scripture says in 1 Samuel, the Most High bringeth low and lifted up. You see, so the Most High can make someone that's actually low status, he can make someone a very high status, man. Yeah, everything is possible with Yahweh Shemashai. You know, let's not forget that. And we saw that through slavery, man, because why? We went off as a nation, like the scripture says in Baruch 6, sacrificing unto devils, and Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. We went off as a nation, basically, and we were sacrificing unto devils, and that's the reason why the Most High sold us to our enemies, basically. You know, it wasn't because our enemies were so much better than us. No, it was just that we went off, we provoked the Most High, we made him angry, and the Most High was like, hey, enough is enough, man. And he sent our enemies to basically put us in slavery and to check us, man, for our bad behavior, basically. And that is Esau Edom, and he takes a lot of pride in it till this day. But you know, the thing with Esau Edom is he did help further the affliction, which the Most High was not down with. For example, buck breaking and stuff like that, what they did to the Jamaicans, that is not something that's supposed to, that the Most High is cool with, man. You know, they helped forward the affliction, and the Most High was just a little angry at us, but they just went overboard, man. Esau, Edom went overboard, and the heathen nations helped Esau, Edom with it. You know, so everyone is gonna pay, man. Every heathen nation is gonna pay. You see, so this Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15. Yeah. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. You see, so the Most High was just a little displeased at us. But Esau, Edom helped forward the affliction. You know, the atrocities, the crazy things that they did during slavery. You think the Most High was down with that? Cutting open a pregnant woman, her belly, as a joke to see if it's a boy or a girl. That's wicked, man. You know, like the scripture says in Joel 3, they were committing pedophilia and stuff like that, selling a boy for a harlot, you know, as a harlot, for a harlot, basically. Roughly paraphrasing, but basically, hey, man, they sold our children as sex slaves also. You know, you think children, man, they're not even of age. You know, they're not even grown, so to say. You know, and we all know Esau Edom is a filthy piece of shit. He has no morals, no standard. So we all know what they did during slavery, man. You know, yeah. So they're gonna be brought down. Obadiah, the whole chapter Obadiah also talks about it, man. Let me continue in Job real quick. I'm gonna read until verse 12. The eye, verse 9. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. So, from the moment Esau Edom was born, he was a wicked piece of shit, man. You know, from the beginning that they are born, they already pieces of shit, man. That's why the scripture says, happy shall you be to dash the little ones against the stone, man. Roughly paraphrasing. Because they demons, man. They just demons waiting to grow up to be a bigger threat. You know? That's what they are, man. They're a bunch of demons, man. You know? They look docile and stuff like that, but they really Satan, man. They wicked. You know, they are of the synagogue of Satan. You know? So I'm going to read verse 11 again. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, right? So they very soft-spoken, right? And because they're very soft-spoken and they can talk, like the scripture says, his words are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. You know, they can talk very kind and very loving, you know, and very they can come over very comforting and stuff like that. But really, what they're talking about is a bunch of wickedness, man. You know, wickedness be sweet in its mouth. You might think like, hey, this sounds actually pretty good, but it's wicked, man. That's Satan for you, man. Ready to deceive you. You know. Verse 12 again. Those wickedness be sweet, just like the movie Sinners, man. You saw how the devil came, man. He didn't come rough, like, I'm Satan, I'm gonna scare you. No, he didn't, man. You know how he came? He was very kind, you know, very respectful, And he said the way he was talking was very smooth, very kind. Well, that's exactly what happens, man. Ready to deceive you, man. And then when he has you in the palm of his hands, when he has you right where he wants you, he kills your ass, man. That's exactly how Esau Edom is as well. Verse 12 again. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it in his under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Right, so come man. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yashai Bashim Kakadash. Dat was de apostle of great Muslim Shalom to over. Like op this video was edifying and shalom.